what happens backstage at your gigs?
Let's see. Besides the naked ladies in Australia, the naked panda bears. Oh, I'm sorry. Koala bears.
Hey everyone, Miller here from Black Reno, and we have a pretty sick band, Sasquatch.
Hello.
What's up?
In the studio with us recording a live tune today. And yeah, we've got some multiple choice questions actually today, which the guys are going to answer about Sasquatches. So, hey, does the Sasquatch exist?
This is going to require a hit off this thing, I think. That's not on film, is it?
B, is the Sasquatch just like some disgruntled, stoner dude from perhaps the 70s or 60s that just never got, like they say some military people got lost in the Vietnam War in the jungle, right?
Right.
Maybe this is just a dude from the 60s that got lost.
Just grew his hair really long.
Yeah, just got just stopped, just got lost in the 60s.
He's got a hair problem.
Or C, because these are the options. Or C, is he God?
Ooh,
wow. That's a whole thing. Never even thought of that one.
So
a little
A,
deeper than I
B,
thought
or
we
C.
were going here.
I'm gonna go A.
I'd like to give the whiskey back before I answer this one. I like the idea of the 60s guy that's, like maybe he was like a Vietnam vet that just moved to the woods and then,
And he walks through the woods
that's it. Yep.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
Okay, we're going with C. It's official. Sasquatch is actually just a dude from the 60s who got stuck in the 60s, got way too hairy, kind of needs a shave. But
I know a guy
he's
like
all right.
that. Lives up on the Columbia River Gorge, actually. And,
Maybe he is the Sasquatch.
What's his name?
Sasquatch.
if I,
His name's not Sassy, is it?
his name's Paul. He's a good dude.
There's an
Hangs out
Australian
with little
cartoon
big
I
beard.
want you guys to check out before you leave called The Big Les Show, which is fucking really, really funny. And there's a character in it called Sassy, which is a Sasquatch. And he smokes a lot of bongs and pulls the volcano bong and all this kind of stuff. He does a lot of funny stuff. So it's a funny one. I want you to check it out. You'll have a good giggle. But all jokes aside, welcome to Australia, man. This is your first time down here. And, first tour in Australia, first time visiting Australia. How's it all been going?
It's good.
It's fucking great, man.
It's foggy.
I love it. It's foggy. Yeah, we're a little foggy.
We're foggy.
but,
It's 2 days in, so we're still.
It's foggy 2 days
we're-
in.
We're part of the whole group of everybody else in the world who believes that everything in Australia will kill you. So like I'm like walking to the van or whatever and you hear something in a tree. I'm like, oh my God,
I went to throw that bottle in his recycling can, and I was looking at my feet like some snake was going to jump out and bite me.
Well, you've got to be careful, man. I'd keep the guard up. It can happen. It's how we
Yeah, no, it's great though. Everybody's been so nice and
Yeah.
super laid back.
super cool people, man.
Yeah.
I think that Australians must be related to Canadians somehow because it's the same, like, everybody's so nice, so cool here, Same thing in Canada. Everybody's so
relaxed.
freaking nice.
I've heard someone say that
Relax.
before somewhere
You guys are
too,
relaxed,
actually. It's kind of
man.
funny.
Very
Yeah.
relaxed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
The tire just fell off the car. Oh, it's all right.
Don't
no
worry
worries.
about it. We got 3 more.
Exactly.
Yeah, man. It's like a dream come true to come here, man.
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful.
For all of
years
us.
later.
All of us.
Well, that's awesome because it's like, you guys are 5 albums in now. The band's been kicking on for a long time. Took a little while, but we're glad you're here, so it's good. It's good. It's good. I'll let you off on that. But I wanted to ask about like touring in the States. Like touring in the States when you first started, because it's somewhere I haven't been, so I'm just personally interested. Oh, I've been once, but I haven't done that yet. And what are you finding the differences between touring the States when you first kicked off in the first couple of years in the early 2000s as to now?
Crowds. There wasn't anybody at those first tours, man.
Well, I don't know.
It was a little tough. I mean, some towns.
I think it was easier to tour back when we first started, though. Right?
Yeah, I think it dropped off like pretty heavy, like in maybe 2004, 2005.
Yeah.
The United States started to get harder to get people out. People
Stop coming to shows.
people started like watching too much TV and staring at their phone and
Too many options these days, man.
Yeah.
We need to just take away other forms of...
right. But Europe, man, people come out in Europe
Yeah.
and they freaking go nuts, and
Yeah.
so we
We have some good places we play in the States, though. It's not like it's
Yeah.
all. I mean,
No, it's true.
It's much better now too, though, I would say. Like the
I think it is actually getting better. again. You know, maybe there's a lull and it's getting a little better again or something.
I think that's happened here as well. Pretty similar sort of timing, you know, late 90s and then like into early 2000s, it was still sort of pumping, and then things kind of took a little bit of a different shift for a little while.
Well, you know,
and
when
then
the
sort of
whole
people
world
started going,
economy
"Fuck,
almost
where's
collapsed.
you know, let's start." Yeah, exactly. And then people started sort of kicking it back up a notch, you know, after it sort of chilling out for a bit.
Yeah.
What's like? Are you noticing any difference? Like, I guess, like just in the whole logistics of touring and all that kind of stuff, like the side that people don't really see that much. Are you noticing any difference there?
Well, things are better.
Things are what? Oh well,
Yeah, things are better. Like it's
from when we first started, we were using like paper maps, trying to
Oh,
find.
fuck yeah.
the
Yo, Gregory's or whatever it's called over
sleeping
there.
on floors
in the States, yeah.
You break down, you're getting out of the van, you're walking somewhere, right? There's no cell phone.
I remember the first tour I did where I had a cell phone and I called the club and said, "Where are you? You know, I can't find you." And they were like, "Where are you that you're calling me?"
Yeah.
Oh, it's called a cell phone.
That's
Wait,
sick.
I'm 80.
Yeah, that shows our age. Logistically, when there were paper maps and no cell phones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean things are definitely easier, but the gigs are better now, the crowds are better now, the perks are better now.
Yeah, for social media, it's definitely you can reach more people. Whether they come out or not is one thing, but
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
It's
That's
picking
good.
up. It's definitely a slow, steady climb, but it's continuously going this way, so that's a good thing instead of going up, down. So I don't know.
Yep.
That's the way I see it.
Yeah. That's awesome. And you guys have your last album, Maneuvers, came out 2017. When's the next installment? Surely there must be something cooking under the hood.
Oh, we got a bunch of stuff written. You just have to get in the studio and record it. I mean, there's a lot of it, so much material, almost too much.
We have studio time booked for June and July.
Yep.
And then so when you have the June, July, and then you need to like get everything pressed and all that, and then that kind of pushes into almost into December, and then there's kind of you don't really release a record in December or January. Really, it's a tough time to do it because you know, and so we might
unless you're doing a bunch of Christmas songs.
That bingo, holy
didn't
shit.
Danzig do that?
I saw this. I was saw something the Slayer. Oh no, it was King Diamond's Black Christmas or something like that. I was like,
That's sick. Like that'd actually be
like
that's
super
awesome.
heavy Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Right. Yeah. Wow. So if we can't knock it out and get it out like by October or November, it'll probably be February, you know?
Okay, cool. So there's a new album coming. Then you've got studio time booked in, you got a bunch of new tracks, and there is a new album coming.
We've recorded a new song here today. Don't tell anybody.
I'm gonna like stream that online as soon as you let it go.
Perfect.
No, that's cool. And you've got a studio as well, like we were talking earlier when we were setting up and things, that you've got a recording studio. So are you recording the next album? Is that how that works, or?
Generally when it comes to a band that I'm playing in, I don't
You don't like to do it?
We pass it off. You know, we've had Benny Grotto. I actually recorded their second record.
Yeah, that's right. We were saying before, yeah.
I wasn't in the band then. And then, but now we have the last record we used Benny Grotto to record it, and then another friend, Andrew Schneider, to mix it. So we'll probably do some sort of a, combo
Similar
like that
thing,
again, you know?
Yep.
We haven't locked that all down yet because timing issues with people. So
Yeah, it's generally placed to something like around this timeline, and then work it out from there.
Yep.
And any sort of like direction it's going, and any indications on what'll be happening on the new album?
No, I hope it's a growth. I mean, not that we're really trying to do anything, but it just seems to continually evolve, and Riggs in the band, things are just changing a little bit the way we write.
Because you've joined the band back in 2014, right?
Nah, I joined in
probably 16 because that's
2015, end of 2015.
Okay,
yeah.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's another new dynamic there, I guess,
Of course,
as well.
because
Yeah.
it's a little more stripped down. Like, Riggs writes songs. He's a great songwriter. Cass is a great songwriter. So it's like,
I think
it's
one thing is kind
evolving. I think.
I think something that's kind of funny about the new material is that a lot of times when you're writing a record, it's easy to hit that mid tempo, and then you're like, oh shit, we need some faster songs.
Yep.
And those are the ones that you kind of have to come up with. It seems like we've already got the faster songs. Like it seems like a lot of the tunes are a little bit more up tempo, and
we're actually. I mean, that's usually the other way around.
So now we're gonna actually kind of kick it back and like go back and try to come up with some heavier and slower stuff.
Okay. Is that maybe like due to writing on the road or something like that, doing things like
Yeah,
that?
It's like
or
just weird
What-
the
what
way
I've-
that it happened.
But I've been sort of writing riffs. I don't really write up-tempo riffs in this record. I don't know. I just sort of wrote them. I mean,
Yeah.
I like even the way Riggs plays too. It lends to it because he's just such a basher, so it's just easy.
You're an energetic drummer, that's
right.
for sure.
So I mean, it
Yeah,
definitely makes
you
you
are.
want to play that kind of. Yeah, you know.
To say
I
the
mean,
least.
so I guess it's just us playing it, and we just started writing that way.
Right. So maybe right now we could say that if you had to categorize like what the song so far, it's more garagier.
Yeah, okay,
than,
cool.
Than other records, maybe.
Well,
right?
a few of the songs, but
Yeah.
I mean, we're definitely going the heaviness, the way there'll always be the core Sasquatch songs.
Yeah.
That'll just never go away.
Yeah, without a
But
doubt.
it's just nice to explore here and there, you know. We're all listening to different stuff all the time, so
Yeah.
it's just like just being influenced by whatever we're listening to right now. So.
It's just a natural progression, isn't
Yeah,
it? You know,
so
you
it's
don't want to play
fun,
the same
you know?
song over and over and over
Can't write
again.
that same record.
Yeah.
No,
over and over
exactly.
again.
You only write it
There's
once.
only a few bands that can do that.
This is true. This
Yep,
is very
I
true.
think-
So what happens backstage at your gigs?
Let's see.
Uh,
Besides the naked ladies and in Australia the naked panda bears.
there's like
Oh, I'm sorry. Koala bears or a wallaby or something. I don't know.
Riggs insists on naked panda bears. Did you say?
Panda bears,
Panda bears. That's his only thing he puts on the rider.
That's on the rider, yes.
Well,
Naked panda bears.
We call them drop bears here. They're very vicious. It's another thing that you should also be careful of. Drop bears.
What is it?
Drop bears.
What do we got here?
They're just a bear that drops from the tree. It's called koalas, but they'll get you.
The koalas.
Drop bears.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Should have been more prepared. for this
Backstage, I
part.
don't know. It's just like we just basically just sit back there, have a few beers before the show. Like nothing wild goes on at all.
I think there's a magical myth that people think there's this wild party
It's-
going
right.
on. There's like backstage, man. It's like fucking.
Yeah.
I mean, after the show,
know.
like we have friends back, and we obviously there's catering and stuff like that when we're in Europe, at least. And we invite people back to drink our beers and hang out with all.
And then
kinds of
curse them all night long for drinking our beers.
And then when we leave, we go,
And they complain that
drank
there's
all
no
my
beer
beer.
left.
Hell.
no.
But there is that running joke where we wake up every morning and Riggs is like, okay,
All right, so let me get this straight.
Let me get this straight here. So today we're gonna get in the van, drive to another city, take the gear out of the van, set it up, do a sound check,
Play a show.
play a show,
let's show.
break the gear down,
Put the shit back in the van
and drive again.
and do this again.
All right, great, let's do it
And then hit repeat for the next 24
Yeah.
days.
every day.
Yeah. But it's good fun, isn't it? It's like
it's
like
great,
escaping to this little magical land where like all your responsibilities and all your worries and all that kind of shit just
Bills and everything.
yeah, fuck that. I don't have to think about it. I'm just
seriously,
like
man.
it is. It's like
and
this.
You know, it's great. Honestly,
fantasy
like
land.
leaving. I mean,
So
just
much fun.
The States sometimes like we don't know what's going on, and it's really nice.
Right, I'm like
'Cause, like, there's no
removed from the
stress.
news
We're all
right
just-
now. You
Yeah.
know,
So we
Yeah.
we don't even know what's going on, and that's great, man. Like
Yep.
not a care in the world, like you said. It's just literally you just forget everything for a while. It's really nice, you know.
yeah,
Because there's a lot of everyday stress. A lot of stuff going on right now.
yeah.
So
It seems like that.
really cool.
I think the world's just like coming to a bit of a crazy place. I think social media is like a fucking scourge of the world, basically, pretty much. Even though I'm going to promote this video through it, so I'm like a total hypocrite. By the way.
24 hour
It can-
news
it
and
can
social
also be
media,
great.
yeah.
It can be awesome as well. It can be.
It's used by a
It's
lot.
so great in so many ways, but it just seems like it's so letting so many toxic things out right now.
Yep.
Too many people have an opinion. Maybe you
Yeah.
don't need to hear all these opinions because some of these opinions kind of suck.
Well, yeah, and I think unfortunately it gives that platform for people that like to argue
Right.
Right.
Or
To
just
group-
create a problem.
to group together.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that
just
in
like
my
people
life,
that like to have those,
I don't
issues.
really need to know the political views of somebody I went to elementary school with. You know, it doesn't really matter.
But fuck,
you know?
I'm interested what they had on their toast in the morning. It's that I want to know.
Yeah.
You had a coffee with how many shots of sugar in it?
Yeah.
That's great.
Good for you.
Yeah.
I love
So
it,
like,
though. Even though we're going to promote the hell out of this right to Facebook.
oh, fucking totally. Oh, what a dickhead. All right. So you guys are like, you've got this Australian tour. This is the first Australian tour. Tonight will be the second show of tour. So you got another week left. By the time everyone sees this, the tour will probably be wrapped up anyway. But what goes on after this? Do you guys go back to the States? Do you go somewhere else? Have you got more shows planned?
We go back to Los Angeles, and then
Yep.
April, we have a show with open up for John Garcia in Vegas,
Sick.
and
April?
us
May.
Nebula.
May.
Oh,
May.
I'm sorry, May.
April, we're probably going to be doing more writing.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Then May, we have the show with Garcia.
And Nebula.
A big
And
festival in
Nebula, us,
Vegas.
and, yeah, it's gonna
And
be
then
great.
we,
Red Fang.
Red Fang's the night after
Yeah.
us, which
Red
is
Fang.
part of a whole festival, and love Red Fang.
Yeah, we played a gig with them a little while ago, and they were like one of the most genuine, nicest bunch of guys.
Absolutely.
For a band that me and the guys in my band really, really look up to, like
Yeah.
totally inspired by them. And
Super
to us, they're
chill
like,
dudes,
whoa.
man.
And they were like, hey, man, how you going? You know, they were like
Yeah.
wanting to talk to us, you know. It was
Yeah.
really, really, really cool, you know, like when you meet
Yeah.
those people you look up to, that they're like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we have a tour in June in the United States with Lopan, band from Columbus, Ohio.
Yep.
Great band.
Yeah.
Great
Ripping
band.
This is breaking news too, because
Oh, yeah,
that's right.
nobody knows
Nobody
this.
knows about this.
Yeah, I haven't heard. Tell us more.
It's like 3 weeks in the
3
States.
weeks, East Coast, Midwest.
Yep.
Some places we haven't played.
Down to Kentucky and basically up
Ever?
to Canada. And
We got Chicago and St. Louis. A lot of Midwest.
Do you just drive the states, or do you fly? Is it all just
drive it.
because
Well-
everything's kind of only
Yeah,
a
it's
few hours
relatively
between
close.
things, isn't it? It's not
Yeah,
massive
5-6 hours.
distances.
yeah, yeah.
That's all right.
No, it's not
There's
bad.
some initial flying that happens.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, so we're like at this
We're all over
juncture,
the
we're sort
place.
of all over the place in the U.S. I'm
Living.
on the West Coast. These guys are on the East Coast. So
I'm on both coasts.
yeah, you're going back and forth. Can't make
Yeah.
up your damn mind. So
Yeah.
we're bouncing back and forth depending on where we're playing shows. So these guys will be flying out in May to do this thing, and then I'll be flying back east in June.
Right now, Keith's spending time at home with his mom and down in Philadelphia area, and
Yep.
I'm in Boston. So he'll drive up, and then we'll do some recording in the studio and writing stuff, and then
Yeah.
so that
How
Helps.
fast? I don't know the
It's
distance.
5
that's
hours.
like 5 hours.
Yeah,
Okay,
5
cool.
hours,
So
easy
you're in
drive.
Philly.
Yeah.
Well, at the moment, but you normally live in LA. You're originally from Philly, right?
Right.
Yeah. You're in Boston.
Well,
Yep.
it's Southern New Jersey. I have to be correct about it. People give me shit, but Southern New Jersey. But Philadelphia.
yeah.
Nobody knows where Southern New Jersey is.
Yeah.
Nobody
Uh,
cares. Nobody cares where Southern New Jersey is. Quite frankly.
and you're from LA then?
I'm from Chicago originally, but now I consider myself
You're an
Angelino.
Angelino now.
I've
That's
been
the
there
thing.
for 17 years. 18
It's when
years,
you live
so-
like when you get to the point where I've lived in Boston longer than where I grew up. I grew up in Philadelphia area too.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
okay.
far from me.
So now I'm from Boston. You know, I've
Yeah,
been there
yeah.
long enough that.
Well, especially in LA, when you go back to Chicago and you're freezing your nuts off, like that skin layer that you sort of lose over the couple of years living in LA. Like now, it could be 50 degrees Fahrenheit, and it's fucking cold in LA. Like that's definitely cold. People are freaking out. Yeah. So
Yeah.
How does that work with everyone sort of living in different areas with getting together with the
I
band?
fly out to LA and
Yeah, I mean we're
And that works all right.
yeah, it's,
Just go and
Really-
spend periods of time
like I
writing
said,
together,
we're
and then
always on
Yeah.
time for practice now.
yeah.
Well,
When you
because
get
you
on the
can't
plane,
have
you're
to
I
do
get
there.
on the plane, you know. It's not like I can do anything else.
it seems like a lot of bands are doing that more nowadays, like with the technology and the internet and stuff.
That you
can,
can just
send
file
stuff
share.
back and forth and
Yeah.
just get together and do some condensed rehearsals.
Yeah.
Yep.
Super intense.
We find a
Week
way
or
to get
two.
shit done. I mean, I don't know how, but we have been.
So with Maneuvers, we've just played Destroyer off Maneuvers today. How did you guys write that? Were you all living in the same town at that time?
I was still living in LA.
Yeah, these two were together.
Yeah,
in LA.
but you were still in Boston.
Yep. But
So
I'm
you just fly down, or
flying out once a month, twice a month, even.
yeah,
You know.
and spend like a few days there.
Yeah, do a week,
Like a
Do a
week.
week.
something like that, and then
That record-
I was out there a lot,
Yeah.
really. So
Yep.
Yeah.
And just intensive writing sessions and a week of
Well, we had one-
jamming, and then recording demos, or
We had a bunch of ideas with our older drummer Rick, and maybe 2 or 3 songs, right? And
Mhm.
then Rick just sort of put his take on it, and then we started writing, and then wrote a couple songs in the studio. Funny
Right.
enough, literally 2 songs on the record weren't even written. We just wrote them in the studio, so that was kind of wild.
as you were actually tracking for real the album.
Yeah, we didn't
Yeah.
even play it
Wow.
before.
because what
We
we
just
would
had-
do
that's
I
is,
had
sick.
an idea.
Something just happened.
I had an idea,
Yeah.
and Riggs is like, "I got it," and then
and
we
what
just
would we
came
would
together.
we'd record from
Me
earlier in
Down,
the
by
day
the way.
until 7 at night, and then Benny, the engineer, he'd bail for the night, and then we just go in and jam.
Or we'd go to Lone Star, get margaritas.
Oh yeah,
had
there was
margaritas.
tequila involved.
We go get a couple margaritas, the big margaritas, and then we come back and write songs. So that was great, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the good part, as you know, about owning your own studio. You know, you got that. That's a fringe benefit that
Yep.
you can't even. I mean,
Yeah,
you
the
can't put a
time.
price on that.
No.
You know, the ability to just go in, set up, and take your time.
Even our
Yeah.
demos for this record,
But it can be a hindrance almost sometimes too, because then you just like spend too much time.
You can't nitpick.
Yeah, you've got to at some point go, no, this is it. This is what we're doing.
Right.
Because it's really easy to get stuck in that little rabbit hole of nitpicking and
Yeah.
trying to make every.
even the
you know,
demos for
every
this
little
record
thing.
we're doing now, like I went up and Riggs and I just bashed them out, but we did it in the studio instead of just like, you know, like your iPhone in a room or something like whatever. But we had it all
Yeah.
set up professionally, like, so it was like we could
Yeah.
really hear what was going on instead of, you know, this thing. So that was really cool to do.
Yep.
That's the first time we ever did that.
Yeah.
We have a lot of music schools in Boston, so we have interns that, you know, they have to get school credit, so they'll come to the studio to work, and that's another good one because if it's a just demo and new material, it doesn't matter if it sounds
Yeah.
good, really. So
Yeah.
the interns get like hands-on, you know, recording time, which is pretty a bonus, you know.
For someone that like wants to get their foot in the door with the studio,
Right.
that there's
Yeah.
only really one way to get that.
Yeah.
Or like there's only one way to get that job, and that is by knowing what you're doing and having time mucking about and then working out why this channel's not working or that, and
Yeah.
problem solving and working things out on the fly. So
That's the name of the game, man.
you know
Yeah. Yeah.
that opportunity for someone's great, and
Yeah.
then it's awesome because it's like you say, it's just come in and record whilst you're doing demos.
It's
help.
Right.
certainly makes writing songs way easier right now. I mean, it's
Yeah.
just the ideas are just flying.
Yeah.
And when that like you know sometimes you play a song and the first time you play it, it's just got that perfect structure.
Yeah.
It's got something that happens in it, and you end it and you go, wow, that's fucking.
Yeah, it's electric.
Yeah, you know,
no doubt
wow,
about it.
what just happened then? I would like, you know, like you're just kicking off with a riff or something, and there's no really.
It's kind of the
You
way
were just
we
mucking
wrote
about,
this.
going, you know,
That's
whatever, and then all of a sudden it just clicks.
Yeah.
How much does it suck when you do that and you don't have any microphones on? And then you try to replicate it and you go plug something in. I've done this before.
Yeah.
You go to plug something in, plug a mic in, just one room mic or something, and you go, let's do that exact same thing again. And you try to do it and you're like, that was cool, but there was something that we did differently before, and,
Yeah.
and you just can't. You don't know what it is because it just happened that one time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, what's the song that we recorded today about? Destroyer.
Ha!
Tell us a little bit about it.
Be polite, Keith.
Love lost.
Lost love.
No, I don't know. It's just there's a bunch of different ideas in that song. And you know, we've all been in relationships, you know. Things happen. You know? I don't know. But no, it's just, you know, it's sort of that. But not the whole song isn't about that. Like, I guess the basic thing, but there's lines in there that don't mean a damn thing with that. You know?
Yeah,
So it's
okay.
just, but I guess the overall feeling of the song is,
A certain time in life where
yeah, you know,
a relationship was ending or
Life
something.
experiences,
Yeah. We'll leave it at that. Then I get it. I get it. I don't wanna go too
The
deep.
new song, Keith. What's that about? Well, it's
Oh,
about
Jesus.
love lost and relationship I had.
Yeah, I mean, it's a, you know, that anger that comes out of that type of thing is great for songwriting. You know, anger, happiness. I mean, there's all kinds of emotions come out of there. But you know, you have a lot of I don't know what's the right word. Inspiration from that
Yep.
kind of stuff. It's just easy. And, I mean, come on, all the greatest songs in the world were written about women. I mean, when you say most of them, anyway.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I would say, you know.
Unless you're in the
a fair
Runaways,
few.
then it's
Well,
fair
I'm
few.
just saying, it's pretty fair to say, you know, a lot of great songs were written that way, you know.
Yeah.
Just like the emotions that come with the relationships, the ups and downs, everything, you know.
right.
It's
Yeah.
not specifically about one person. It's just
Well,
probably
and
relationship to do.
As someone that writes like you know, I write lyrics in my band, and when your heart is torn apart or going through like hardcore, you know, feelings,
Right.
Man.
Yeah.
the shit just pours out.
Exactly.
It just fucking pours out. 100%.
We've already.
It is true. 100%,
I
man.
shouldn't say that.
Yeah.
We've already what?
It's almost like they're always. I don't know how to say this. I'm gonna try to.
Uh-oh.
Now you might as well say it.
No, like, you know, we would talk like when I start getting happy, like the lyrics are like just aren't as great, and when I'm sort of miserable, shit comes really out of me, you know. And so it's almost like I think they almost wish that I'm miserable most of the time.
Actually, the guys are telling
not
me
really in
before
life.
they
I'm
place
saying
things
for the reason of writing songs, not like they don't want me miserable.
Honesty is honesty, though. You can't fake it, you know. So,
right. So,
yeah. But I was writing a song a little while ago, and I had a writer's block thing, and a friend of mine said, because I was pretty happy, everything was good in relationship wise and all that, so I'm just going like, what am I writing about? And a friend of mine goes, you have to take the most ridiculously small thing and explode it, right? So I started writing these lyrics that were like walking from that end of the room over there, but if you listen to the song, it would be like I was flying through space and time and all this stuff, but all I was doing was walking across the room, and that helped to kick the door wide open and then get some lyric writing stuff.
Yeah, and just let the creativity run wild. And
Right.
what can I create with just this little idea?
Yeah, and it's funny that
Like
one
over exaggerating
friend
or
just said
making it
that,
into
and all
something
of a
that's not
sudden,
even.
Yeah.
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 I like that. I'm going to steal that little trick. Fucking hell. Well, we might wrap it up there because I know you guys have got to get to a show in just a couple of hours' time. You're playing in DY tonight, which I'll be down there. We'll drink some beers. It's going to be fun. Thanks heaps for joining us. Thanks heaps for coming into the studio, laying down. The guys laid down once again. If you didn't catch it before, Destroyer from their album Maneuvers live. So we'll have that really soon to share with you all.
Oh yeah.
Thank you for coming in, man. Basically, is what I was
Thanks
trying
for
to
having
get.
us,
Seriously,
man.
it was a great
Pleasure.
time. We really enjoyed it.
Awesome.
Let's drink beer.
Let's drink beer. See you next time.